There's a sense of history repeating itself, not in an identical mirror, but in the rhythm of greatness. Just as one era passes, another begins, and now the men's game in tennis is witnessing a rebirth. The court, once dominated by Federer's grace, Nadal's grit, and Djokovic's relentless precision, is now preparing itself for the next epic rivalry, one that is already etching itself into the sport's legacy. Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. Two names, two forces, one golden era unfolding before our eyes. Between them, they have claimed the last 6 Grand Slam titles. A feat not born of coincidence but of consistency, hunger, and a kind of competitive chemistry that can only be described as destiny. Every rally they play together is electric. Every handshake at the net carries weight. They are not just the future of tennis, they are the present. For fans who remember the golden days of women's tennis, this moment feels familiar. It calls back to the epic battles of Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova, two icons whose rivalry shaped not just a generation of tennis but redefined how sport could be both fierce and respectful, emotional yet technical, brutal and beautiful. Now, Chris Evert herself, the embodiment of poise, grace, and competitive spirit, has stepped back into the conversation. At Roland Garros, amidst the red clay and the French sun, Evert sat down to reflect. She wasn't there simply as a legend of the sport, she was there as a witness to its evolution, offering her insight to TNT Sports while the new giants battled for supremacy. Evert knows what rivalries mean. She lived one of the greatest. Her clashes with Navratilova were not just matches, they were chapters in a book that tennis purists still revisit with awe. Martina won 43 of their matches. Chris won 37. Each contest was a lesson in strategy, stamina, and soul. Yet it was never about the numbers. It was about the depth. The contrast of styles. The will to win. The mutual respect. And now, she sees flickers of that magic in Alcaraz and Sinner. The Spaniard, full of fire, spontaneity, and joy. The Italian, calm, calculated, quietly explosive. Both young. Both relentless. Both aware that every time they step on the same court, history is watching. Evert's words come not just as commentary, but as a blessing. She sees in them what she saw in herself and Martina. The promise of something bigger than just two athletes competing. A rivalry that elevates the game itself. Every generation needs its rivalry, she said. And she's right. Rivalries fuel the sport. They create moments, memories, and magic. What Federer and Nadal gave us in 2008. What Sampras and Agassi gifted in the 90s. What Borg and McEnroe did with wood rackets and fire in their eyes, we now see sprouting in the raw battles of Alcaraz and Sinner. Their styles couldn't be more different, yet their clashes feel perfectly balanced. Alcaraz with his hyper-athleticism and daring drop shots. Sinner with his measured timing and laser-focused backhands. Fire and ice. Thunder and precision. It's poetry written in top spin. And like Evert and Navratilova, it's not just about the wins. It's about pushing each other to new heights. About discovering, match after match, that the only true rival worth having is the one who makes you better. Evert recalled how Navratilova's physicality challenged her to train harder. How her presence forced her to evolve, to innovate, to endure. That's the beauty of a rivalry built on respect, it breeds greatness. Now, every time Alcaraz and Sinner meet, they carry that legacy forward. It's more than just forehands and break points. It's about defining an era. And what makes this rivalry so compelling is its newness. We are watching it grow in real time. Every match is another layer, another storyline. There is still room for surprises, for twists, for turns. They are both so young, early 20s, and yet the maturity with which they compete suggests something far older, deeper. As if the weight of tennis history already rests on their shoulders, and they're proud to carry it. Evert smiled as she spoke of them. A smile that held memories of center court battles, of post-match embraces, of trophies hoisted under floodlights. She knows what it's like to be part of a rivalry that becomes legend. She recognizes that same glint in the eyes of Sinner and Alcaraz. And perhaps what's most thrilling is that we're still in the beginning. Unlike Evert and Navratilova, who were almost polar opposites in game and personality, Sinner and Alcaraz share a quiet camaraderie. A mutual admiration that makes their rivalry feel like a friendship forged in fire. They laugh together in press rooms. They speak kindly of each other in interviews. But when the first ball is served, it's war. The best kind of war. The kind that fans never want to end. Evert remembers those moments with Martina. We brought out the best in each other, she said. And that, truly, is the essence of any rivalry worth remembering. As we head into the next Grand Slam, the spotlight is brighter than ever. Every draw is scanned to see when Alcaraz and Sinner might collide again. Fans hold their breath. Commentators sharpen their scripts. The world watches. Because what we're witnessing is rare. And real. Evert, with her graceful insight, has seen it all. And now she passes the torch, not to one, but to two young men ready to carry it forward. In Alcaraz and Sinner, we don't just have champions. We have characters. We have opposites. We have balance. And in every passing tournament, they write a little more history. One final at a time. One 5-set battle at a time. One unforgettable rally at a time. This is tennis at its finest. This is rivalry with roots. This is the birth of something monumental. And somewhere in the stands or behind a broadcast desk, Chris Evert is watching. And smiling. Because she knows what it takes. And she knows this new generation, with Alcaraz and Sinner at the helm, has what it takes to make the sport soar again.